YouTube, what's going on? We're back with some more Outriders. Worldslayer here for you, running a solo Apocalypse tier 27 Boomtown. This is with my Devastator Seismic Commander build. Just grinding for mods and gear to put it over the top. So you guys like what you see here, please give the video a thumbs up, turn on those notifications, sub to the channel. Don't forget to check me on Twitch, do live streaming there as well. Enjoy.
Outrider!
Is that noise? It's like I've wandered into some maniac's idea of a party. Look at that. There's a pod here.
Outrider detected.
Cullen, the bandit
Access
leader's
granted.
taken care of. Your pass is clear. Where'd these bandits come from anyway?
They were insurgents.
Real quick, again, for this Seismic Commander Devastator build that I'm running, I have a mobbing and a bossing weapon. God roll attributes on the weapons of the armor pierce, skill, life leech, and status power. You would primarily want that on your bossing weapon to take advantage of the armor pierce with the unstoppable force and the no resistance against the fortified mods. The bossing weapon must roll with fortress and mage's rage. The mobbing weapon, again, you'd want just status powers that are synergizing with your armor sets, or applying at least, you know, an extra type of bleed damage bonus to the weapon. Again, God roll attributes, armor pierced, skill life leech, status power, mage's rage, critical shots granted 10% anomaly power bonus for 15 seconds, stacking up to 4 times. That's a 40% anomaly power boost up there. Again, the armor pierce is synergized very well with the no resistance against the fortified. You can see armor piercing, resistance piercing is increased by your armor piercing value, and then the unstoppable force is your anomaly power is increased by your resistance piercing. That's why it's so good to have this energy on there. We've got improved burn bullets. Again, this you would look for something better synergized with. Again, more toxic would be optimal with this build there now. But we would definitely want like Fortress to roll the toxic. That would be a really good roll on the gun for us. Burst of Decay, critical shots cause explosions that inflict toxic on enemies within 5-meter radius. That's great. Couples well with Mage's Rage. Always aiming for those crits. And again, our bossing weapon with the Fortress shots increase your current armor and resistance by 5%, stacking up to 3 times. At maximum stacks, the buff is doubled and additionally grants 25% damage increase for 10 seconds. So that's huge. Again, Dark Sacrifice, I would want that swapped out for Notcha Spawns or, you know, Firestorm, or I believe there's like, you know, a bleed one as well that you can apply. That's it for the weapons. We got the 3-piece Seismic Commander set. You want head, chest, and pants because it got the best roll of the attributes. Anomaly, status power, and cooldown reduction are the god rolls. That's what you would want for your gloves and your boots. The 3-piece set increases your damage towards enemies inflicted by bleed, so we're applying that all the time with puncture, which we'll go over. That's in the packs tree. Captain Hunter, mandatory, increases your damage against elites by 16%. Bloody Shock, don't need that. Replace it with Power Simulation, Anomaly Echo, Ground Crush would all be better options. Same thing with Ashen Boost. We're looking to replace it with any one of those mods that I just mentioned there. I know resistance against a fortified, 100% mandatory. Again, went over that. Increases your resistance piercing by 65% of your armor piercing value. So again, armor piercing is 43, 65% of that increases this to resistance pierce, and then 50% of resistance pierce is equal to anomaly damage. That's how that works. That's why it's so good. First Legacy mandatory increases the range of Earthquake. Extra Quake mandatory, that's our second Quake. Tainted Blood mandatory increases damage against enemies inflicted with bleed by 16%. That stacks well with the 3-piece Seismic, which is 50% damage to bleed, so we're just stacking that. Second Quake, self-explanatory, that's our third Quake, and then the Virulent Compound synergizes with the Toxic, doing 10% more damage to elites, and then when killing them it explodes, dealing a scalable amount of damage and spreads it to other enemies. Arms and Anomaly, 100% mandatory. Again, critical shots increase anomaly power. Again, that's working well with the Burst of Decay and the Mage's Rage within our weapon field. Radical Therapy, 8% more damage against enemies inflicted with Toxic, so that's absolutely fantastic right there. And then Not Impressed, again, we can swap that out for Ground Crush. Power Simulation, Arms of Anomaly will be better mods for our weapon there, or for our gloves. Unstoppable Force, again, synergize as well. This is the one I was talking about. Increases your anomaly power by 50% of your resistance piercing. That's why you get it up. Toxic Bled, we don't need that. Again, looking for, you know, Anomaly Echo, Power Simulation, Bloody Boost, Ground Crush are all better options than that. So we do have some work to do. Get the skills. Earthquake, we're running this with the Tremor or Impale. Impale just for bossing, Tremor for mobbing. We'll do that right now because that's what we're running Chem Pack real quick. And the Gravity Leap. Class tree nodes, again, went bottom tree, just a lot of cooldown reductions, anomaly power, and again, like resistance piercing or armor piercing. Paladin is the most important node here. You can not have protect the anomaly, you can put it into bloodbath against damage, more damage against bleeded targets, or armor piercing up in the top if you wanted to rescale it. But again, it's just weapon damage, armor piercing, then to the top of that node, and a little bit of close range damage. Again, Pax tree went with the tectonic shifter in the top tree portion. Your impact point, huge. Your seismic and kinetic skill, damage increased by additional 50% of your anomaly power. Puncture, this is your seismic skills affect bleed. Anomaly damage to enemies afflicted with bleed is increased by 10%. So again, more bleed damage applied, which synergizes well with the armor set and tainted blood. Earth and shell, this is the broken node. This is what keeps you alive non-stop, because damage with skills are converted into shield, and again the bleed is an A damage over time effect, a DOA. DOT. And yeah, it's just 100% uptime on the shield. It's super broken, honestly. It makes the Devastator invincible. Enemies damage and upheaval. Again, enemies damaged by Seismic will become up for 2 seconds, storing 50% of damage received in the 10 and release it once the effect ends. So it's just extra skill with damage, and then 30% of damage, and then multi-strike, 30% of damage dealt by Seismic skill is stored and added to your next Seismic skill. The effect resets every time you use your skill, so that's how we're able to just really scale that damage well with Earthquake. Ascension Tree, anomaly damage, anomaly power. I went cooldown reduction, skill life reach, armor pierce, resistance pierce, status power. I'm gonna go mag size, damage against elites, probably some resistance piercing, and then everything else after that.